What's the story? What am I going to read? What's the story? What am I going to read? Or maybe I'll sing and dance, so I promise that I won't dance. But what's the story? We'll find out together. We'll find out by now. Hello there, and welcome to What's the Story with Mr. H. That's me. Boys and girls, I'm glad you're back for another day, another story. We're going to get right to it in just a minute, but before we do, as always, I want to thank you for watching, for liking the videos, for subscribing to the channel, and for sharing the videos with your friends and families who also love stories. Parents, I want to thank you for keeping your kids watching these stories as well. As always, if you want to share any pictures or videos of your kids watching the show or singing along to the songs, I always love to get those. And you can reach out to me via that email address. You can also follow me on Twitter, which is a great place to find links to the videos that are easy to share. All right, well, we're going to get right on to today's story. It's a good one. Oh, wait, before we do, we've got to do some viewer shout-outs. Today's viewer shout-outs, because the story today reminds me of my home in Wisconsin. It makes me think of two very special people that I miss very much who live in Wisconsin. Now, there's a lot of people that live in Wisconsin that I miss very much, but two very, very sweet viewers of this show, Eden and Avery Hornacek, are watching the shows and always telling me what a great job I'm doing, and it always makes me feel great. So, Eden and Avery, this one's for you. All right, now we're on to today's story. It's called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin. Pictures by Betsy Lewin.
Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets. No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk. No eggs. No eggs! Cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Cows that type! Hens on strike! Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, click, clack, clickety, clack.
Click, clack, moo. Cows that type. What'd you think? Boys and girls, I love this story. And like I said before, it makes me think of my home in Wisconsin because there are so many dairy farms and so many cows all over the place. And I don't think I ever imagined that those cows would type on a typewriter or go on strike for that matter. Boy, oh boy, that poor Farmer Brown, he sure had some issues, didn't he? Well, that's all for today. We're ready to wrap up our show, and as we do, we will do it by singing our goodbye song. If you know the song, boys and girls, you can sing along with us, and if you don't know it, why don't you learn it with us today, come back tomorrow, and sing it with us then. It goes like this. Be kind in all you do and say. Be creative in how you learn and play. Be the best. Why, oh, you, that why, oh, you can do, and have a great day.